Hi, I'm Emily from Baylily Meets, and this is the lovely Wil from the Pocket Rockers.
Hello.
And we are in the tent today on this lovely cold -2 night to just discuss everything to do with wedding bands and your special event and what to do and what to look for when you're checking out bands. So Wil, hello.
Hello.
I have the mulled wine on boil, so make sure I don't forget it.
Brilliant, I won't.
Otherwise it'll be wasted.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So am I.
Excellent.
I have my Christmas jumper on today. It's National Christmas Jumper Day, I think, today.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought I'd wear a jumper that has what looks like, well, it's meant to be Rudolph, but it looks like a dog.
Oh, I see.
Anyhow, so wedding bands.
Yes.
Tell us about your band, what you're up to, how you formed, who you are.
Okay, so we're the Pocket Rockers. We're a four-piece pop, rock and roll band based in and around Southampton. They're our lead singer, Gary, and myself, Wil, guitarist Hugh, and drummer Ross at the moment. We are playing lots at the moment as well, trying to get our name out there, playing lots of clubs, pubs, social events, stuff like that.
Cool. And where did you meet?
I've known the guitarist for 12 years. I was the best man at his wedding, and he was one of my groomsmen. We put out an advert, and we met that way.
Nice. So what kind of events do you specialise in? Do you just do weddings? Do you do any kind of events?
We do everything. So if you've got a birthday party, we do birthday parties, event down the pub, we do everything, and we tailor our set accordingly to what we're playing. So for weddings, we take requests and we'll play a first dance or a favourite song. For pubs, we'll put together a really good set list and go from there.
And when you're thinking about, especially obviously we do a lot of outdoor weddings and stuff, when you're thinking about booking a wedding band, what kind of things would you say would be the top tips to think of when you're looking at? Obviously, we'd love everyone to book the Pocket Rockers.
Absolutely,
you are awesome. Yeah. But if you were a bride and groom, or bride or groom, what would you be saying are the top things to look for in a band?
First of all, go and see them live if you can.
Yeah.
Because then you get a really good idea of how they work and how they act. And go and say hi. They're normally really friendly. Make sure they've got insurance. Insurance is very important. Most venues will require you to have an insurance certificate. And make sure you're happy with the songs they play, and the way they play them, because we're a rock and pop band. If someone asked us to play R&B, we'd give it a good go, but it probably wouldn't be very good.
Are you not sure? There's a bit of R. Kelly in there.
We do some Blackstreet, but that's it. That's it.
So in terms of, I see you take requests and things like that, do you have a lead-in time? Do you learn songs particularly, or do you, especially for events?
We are constantly learning songs. We're trying to always update our set list with oldies and newies and stuff like that. But if someone really wants to hear something, we'll try our best to learn it for them, regardless of what the event is. It doesn't have to be a wedding. What
would you say has been the most off-the-wall song you've had to learn?
We had to learn a song by, I can't remember the name. That's very bad. It was a Scottish indie band. And the Beta Band. That's
it. The Beta Band. How could you forget the Beta Band?
I hadn't heard of the Beta Band. I know, shocking.
How old are you?
I'm 30. May have missed it the first time round. Very good song, and none of us had heard it, so we gave it a go, played it, and the bride and groom loved it.
Obviously, music is very subjective and very, as we discussed with our DJ last week, it's very subjective to, especially the couple themselves. What kind of things do you think about in terms of getting everyone off their feet and dancing? How do you kind of encourage a crowd? Do you have any tips and tricks to get people on their feet?
We try and keep similar songs together so that people go, I really like this one. And if you've got a set of 80s, 70s and 90s stuff, we'll put all that together, try and get some really good tunes, lots of run through. So once we get people dancing, we don't want them to stop.
Absolutely.
And we all say, right, so this is our older set and this is our newer set. We'll play some newer stuff generally a bit later on in the evening. But
what's one of your favourite songs that you guys do?
Uptown Funk goes down very well.
Oh, lovely. Bruno?
Yeah, as does Proud Mary. We do our own version of Proud Mary. People love it.
Do you wear the wig and do like...
No dressing up for Tina Turner. I'm not allowed.
Oh, man, I would love to see that. So when you're thinking about a band, obviously you're a four-piece, aren't you? What kind of things like space? A lot of people don't consider the fact that bands take up space. They have guitars, they have drum kits and things like that. What kind of space do you tend to take as a four-piece?
So we can compress to quite a small space, maybe 4 by 4 meters. If you give us more space, we'd love it because we can move around a bit more, have some fun. It doesn't have to be square. We've played in a line before, so we can be totally flexible. But there is a certain amount of space that we need. If you've got more space, you can get a larger band, but you won't get a 7-piece band in a 4 by 4 space comfortably.
Do you need to have things like staging, or can you just be on the?
We can be on the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah, we have a rope light where we kind of sort stuff out a stagey type area.
Another thing to consider that, again, people don't always consider is the fact that you take time to set up. So how long does a typical setup take, and do you come before the event, or do you have to be in between like the meal and the evenings? What kind of
It very much
timings?
varies on the event. We like to have an hour and a half to set up.
Right.
We can do it in 45 minutes, but an hour and a half allows us that if something goes wrong, or we haven't changed batteries, or we have a dodgy cable, we can fix it and still set up on time.
I think that's something to consider as well, as we've mentioned this in previous videos, is that if you're going to a specific type of venue, not necessarily an outdoor venue, but like a country house where you've booked a room. For example, your wedding yourself. I attended at Wil's wedding. You had one room as well for the evening.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to bring people out of the room to turn the room around again, and vice versa. So really do consider, when you have a band or a DJ or a photo booth or anything like that's coming into your event, that you may have to get that timing quite right to make sure that whilst people are out of the room, they can get that time to bring their kit in. Because if it is a 2-hour or 3-hour setup, then you're not going to get the smooth kind of time scale that you think you're going to get.
And we pride ourselves on having a really tight and nice stage.
Yeah.
It doesn't look nice when we're setting up with cases and bags and stuff, and we get rid of those afterwards. But if your wedding guests arriving and we're bringing in drums and drum cases and guitars and stuff
and
like
in
that.
some spaces, when you don't have a turnaround time with the room, and like you're in a marquee and you don't want to be banging everything straight through the middle of the wedding breakfast. Absolutely. So think about your timings.
Yes, definitely.
Any other tips and tricks? What about power?
Power, yes.
Do you need lots of power?
We need 2 standard 240 volt sockets.
Right.
More preferably, but 2 is the absolute minimum we can run off. Other bands may require more or less depending on the setup they've got.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Yes, so we've talked about power, we've talked about getting set up. How long does it take to de-rig though?
De-rig, half an hour.
Half an hour. Always the case. Get down to the pub.
Absolutely.
Do you like people to provide? Can't speak. It's a very late day today for me. Do you need things like feeding and drinks and things? Some suppliers do require on their rider and their contract that they need to be fed and watered. Do you need that?
We don't need that. It's always very greatly received. But if that's not part of the contract, we're fine with that. It's all right. We can sort ourselves out as long as we've got access to bathrooms and water. We're good.
And how long are your sets usually?
We generally play for over 2 hours. So that's either 2 1-hour sets.
That's quite a good go.
Or 340s. Yeah, we try and pack as much music as possible. Setting up and packing down is the worst part of the job.
No.
So actually playing the music is the bit we all really enjoy. So we try and as much as possible. And if someone requests a song we know, we're quite happy to put it in.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us
Thank you for having me.
I can't wait to check you out. If we did want to find out more about the Pocket Rockers, where would we find you?
We have a YouTube, links below. We also have our own Facebook presence and a website. I'll make sure Alan puts those in the links as well.
Right. And if you would like to find anything else about Baylily Beltons, you can find us on www.baylilybeltons.co.uk. Thanks so much for listening, and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, if you liked this video and you want to check out more about what we do, please feel free to click the link below to check out other videos in this series, and
click the link here to subscribe.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.